Good evening. It's week 3 review, a little late night edition. We're going to be checking out how everyone is doing so far. It's been a rough week. I'll tell it like it is. Okay. If you don't have a 40-point scoring quarterback, I don't know how you're winning games. Because I'm not. Look at the standings here. Jeremy remains alone as the only undefeated team. Solid points for. He's putting up great numbers every week. Minimal resistance, which is always nice. Solid amount of waiver moves. Let's try to get those above 50, Jeremy. Oh, I'm coming for you. Whew. But yeah, other than that, solid top half of the league, sitting at 2-1. Only one winless team, Kyle. Yeah, we kind of knew that was gonna happen. I don't know. Maybe we'll turn it around. Who knows? Start off with the matchups. Space Coast, coast to coast. I did not. Yeah, man, nothing much to talk about here. Patrick Mahomes. There was a Monday night matchup. Probably a difference of about 13, 14 points. I had Lamar and Kelsey versus Mahomes, and well, if you turn his point total around, you get Lamar's. So that's pretty much that. Nathan does lose Godwin going forward. Hamstring injury, maybe we'll say a couple weeks, maybe. He's waiting on McCaffrey. If he can keep winning while these guys are injured, I mean, phew, that'd be pretty crazy. That'll definitely, yeah. We'll see. We'll see if they can. Very top-heavy game for him. I mean, after you get past the first 4 players, it's like, but hey, the Lazard King did what he could. Hopefully, I'll get another start out of him. Even if Devontae Adams plays, I still might start him. We'll see. My flex position's looking a little wonky. But Lamar, incredibly disappointing. Anybody want to send a trade offer? Hit me up. All right. Moving on. We get to Jeremy's matchup. Dan put up a valiant effort. He really tried to slow the tide. Jeremy's weak point, he really wants a quarterback. He's got to start putting up better trade offers if he wants to get one. James Robinson, the free agent hero, and the Indianapolis Colts. 2 pick sixes. The Jets are terrible. Really carrying the day. It's weird. Like the point total looks very high, but when I look at the individual numbers, I'm like, oh, these are okay. I think DeAndre Hopkins had a game, but other than that, pretty normal stuff. It's just if your defense scores over 10 points, you're gonna have a great day. Just gonna have a great day. Mike Davis really filling in for Chris McCaffrey. Dak Prescott, you need a good quarterback. Preston Williams, personally, big fan. He's gonna have a great week this week. I think Dan and I were just 1 week too early on him. I'm really rooting for him next week.
No, he's not.
Dude, I'm telling you, James Conner. Is James Conner for real? I don't know. Hope so.
Those look like first-round pick James Conner numbers to me. That's all I'm saying.
They sure do. A little bit of a hiccup in the first week. We'll see, man. We'll see. I don't know what's gonna happen with this Titans game. They got COVID. Maybe they'll have a game. Maybe they won't. Who knows? That'll really be interesting. Got Michael Thomas coming back. Yeah.
I think
We'll
there was
see.
a starter sit why he lost. I don't remember. I think we were talking about it.
Dan was very adamant about the New England defense,
Yes,
but looking at these numbers,
he still loses by 1 point, so it would have been
yeah, it's close. We'll see how this shakes out. Dan's gonna be all right. Dan's gonna be just fine. Adam Thielen is actually. We'll see. We'll see about that. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. DJ Shark will come back. He'll be all right. Moving on. Covering Bender's game against Kyle. Kyle honestly put up a very respectable point total. Keenan Allen popped off. Had to start Wayne Gallman. Waller let him down. Mike Evans has a really weird relationship with Tom Brady. I don't understand that at all. Michael Gallup popped off. But honestly, he couldn't overcome the spot start from Darrell Henderson. Nick Chubb is actually, I mean, who would you rather have, James Conner or Nick Chubb? It's Nick Chubb.
Is it?
Right? Is it?
I don't know.
I think it is. Look at that. Look at that playoff
The
schedule.
the game script that Nick Chubb has been getting these last few weeks though really helps. Let's see after a week with Dallas, a team that can score, what the
Yeah.
Nick Chubb Kareem Hunt relationship really looks like. Kyle just one role player away from victory here. Just didn't have it. Didn't have it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Darren Waller got really shut down in this game, which was to be expected, but you hate to see it. You hate to see it when it happens. Tyreek Hill,
You sure do.
what a great, what a great player, dude. This guy scores touchdowns.
Guy loves the number 5.
That's kind of weird. But yeah, I mean, listen, we knew Bender was going to win more games. Obviously, I wouldn't call this one a layup. I mean, he put up 120 points. That's not a layup. It's good hard fought win. We'll see how things move going forward. Mark Ingram, man, really not returning value from where he was drafted.
You got to think that's an injury, L. If you're a guy like Kyle, Saquon Barkley wins you this game
100%.
100%
Even
of the time.
even Le'Veon Bell would have won in this game, I think.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean it's like 8-point difference. Yeah, I
Probably.
think so.
Le'Veon Bell scores 10 against the Colts. I don't know. I watched that football game. I don't know if he scores 10 points.
That's true. I don't. Honestly, what I'm hoping for is Jets get pummeled this Thursday. Gase is fired. Bell comes back next Sunday with a new coach, and he does okay.
It's a trap game.
Really? I'm starting Denver in a couple places. I hope it's not.
I'm starting the Jets in a couple places.
Really? Oh man.
This game to me, as a fan, as a viewer of football, this game screams 9-6 to me personally.
And that's okay.
And
Yeah,
I'm okay with it.
That's great.
I hope it's a 9-6 L personally as a Jets fan. Get him out. I'm done.
All
Where's
right,
my
moving
soundboard?
on.
Number 2.
Now, honestly, this right here is the
Game of the
matchup.
week.
Game of the week. This one coming in Sunday night. I think Greg had probably a 1-point lead. Okay, he has Will Lutz. Will Lutz scores 13. The storyline is set up for Evan to win. He just needs Justin Tucker to score 12. Justin Tucker scoring 12, very attainable.
Justin Tucker, his guy.
His guy. His tried and true. Now listen. The boy genius was, he had the tools that he needed to win. They were there. They just didn't get on the starting roster. I mean, listen. You can't hit every day. He coulda.
How many points did Jerry Jeudy score? It's the Denver
A
receiver.
bunch.
Jerry Jeudy wins the game.
Yeah, the wrong Denver receiver was in the game.
Is his name Kenny?
KJ.
Nope. I've been calling him Kenny Hamler all week. What a nobody.
Good old Kenny Hamler. You know what I heard, and I hated hearing this, but it's so true. Joe Burrow, more fantasy points this year than Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson, yes, that's a factual statement. What a start, by the way. What a flag plant start by Evan. Says Joe Burrow will be better than Ben Roethlisberger this week, and he was 100% correct.
I mean, listen, he's a 6th-round draft pick. He's going to start that, man.
100% correct. It was.
He
He mind gamed himself with KJ Hamler. That's all it was.
This injury made me sad. I hope this
He'll be fine. He's only going to miss 1 week.
Yeah,
Worst case scenario as a Chris Carson owner is he misses. They just let him miss 2 weeks into the bye because of how cake that schedule is. There's no way Seattle loses to Miami or Minnesota. You let him chill until that bye, and then you get him for that heavy NFC West schedule that they come out of that bye with, where they got to win divisional games. That's a bad look for an over to miss that guy for 3 weeks. Does his guy J.K. Dobbins win him the game too? Yes.
No.
Yes, he does.
No way.
If he flexes J.K. Dobbins, he has 2.8 more points.
Not enough.
He only lost by 2.4. J.K. Dobbins wins in the week.
J.K. Dobbins, where you at? Anyway, the very attainable.
I was so sad.
Yeah,
Evan,
I really
was
wanted.
in your corner. I
really
wanted you to win
Evan
so
win
bad.
But we knew Greg was gonna win. I mean, we knew Greg was gonna win eventually, right? He's got Cook, he's got Henry. They're gonna pop off. They carried the team. Everybody else kind of sucked. But yeah, it was a really. I mean, you got these two studs. They're gonna come through. They're gonna win you some weeks.
He's arguably the best 1-2 running back punch in the league, I would say. I think Jeremy's the only other contestant.
Pretty gnarly.
Maybe Bender. I don't remember who Bender's other running back was with Nick Chubb.
It was Mark Ingram.
Yeah,
but...
so no, it's not him. Okay.
All right, last matchup. Now this one was a heater as
Yeah, it's
well.
a good idea. Just skip my matchup. We don't need to look at it.
Honestly, I think I'm doing you a
just
favor,
skip.
Turbo, man.
Oh my god, it was.
Listen,
injuries
all right, well,
hurt, man.
Well, injuries hurt. This is gonna hurt your total points. But what can you do?
Honestly, the worst part about it.
Yeah, I mean that you just hate to see it. Travis, I mean, shaky start to the week or to the year, but
Alvin
honestly,
Kamara is the best running back in the league, so it doesn't matter.
He's got Alvin. Yeah, he's got Alvin Kamara.
He's the best running back in the league. RB1.
This is gross. I mean, if you don't have a top tier stud,
if you don't have a 40-pointer every week so far of the season, you didn't win. That's how it's gone every week. Aaron Jones, Alvin Kamara, the quarterbacks going for 45. Like, you need one of these guys to win games. Will scoring slow down the NFL? Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. As of now, I hope so. Because I'm not getting these 40 pointers.
It's true. I'm not a benefactor, so
I don't know. Cup. You like to see his production. Kenyon Drake.
Nice game too. Kenyon
Drake. Man, we were talking about Kenyon Drake. Yeah.
People were upset when Kenyon Drake made it to me. People were upset.
Yeah. Yeah. It's looking like a real debate at this point. He'll turn around.
This week is the week. That schedule. These next 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
That's a schedule. If you wanted 3 games against your running back, it's those 3 guys. He's got to put up or shut up. Fielding offers for Kenyon Drake right now. I'll say it.
Yeah, I will offer you Joe Mixon.
No.
But yeah, listen, Mulligan this week. We'll get at it next week.
We'll get him next week, guys.
Yeah, we'll
coming for you, David.
Speaking of, David gets back on track. He took an L last week, but honestly, with a team like David's, he's not going to be down for long. Craig did have the 40-ish point game, but couldn't get any production out of anybody else except Mason Crosby. What a legend! Yeah, just couldn't. I think Taylor Hilton is done, so I don't know how I feel about him.
I disagree. I think the injuries of the Raiders are going to pay dividends to D.Y. Hilton owners. He's the only man standing left. So if they're going to pass the ball, it has to be to him. But I mean, David wins this game with a goose egg from a receiver, and that is, and a basically goose egg from Mark Andrews, the terribly overdrafted tight end. Maybe the most overdrafted player in fantasy football, Mark Andrews. No, it's Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, good, steady running backs. They put up good numbers. I mean, Elliott didn't blow you away.
Down the line. That's all.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
They just consistency.
Every guy put up 11 to 15. except for those two.
Yeah. Good win. David will keep chugging.
No, he won't. He's gonna lose this week. 2-2.
Yo, we'll get to the matchups. We'll get to the matchups.
I know we're not gonna forget. We're
actually doing the match. We're gonna do the matchups this week.
We're gonna do a prediction for this week.
Yeah, you're gonna watch my live pick 'em.
Oh my god, it's hacks. We get to see who we picked. I
Exactly.
didn't do pick 'em last week. I'm upset.
Oh, really? Forgot. Dang.
I
Sometimes
every week.
Sometimes.
If you don't remind me, I don't remember.
Craig, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right.
I don't know. Melvin Gordon. What's the running back depth look like on this team?
Oof. He's got Julio. Just he's
Still needs
well.
need to start 2 running backs. And I only see 1, so.
I don't see any. Oh no, I don't see any.
I see 1 though. Aaron Jones, the only one in his lineup.
Yeah,
Craig might want to hook up with somebody who's got an excess of running backs. Offer one of those receivers. Maybe his running mate that he played against this week. Maybe David and Craig have a little conversation. David's got some running backs.
Yeah, David's looking for wide receivers. Craig is gonna need some running backs. Philip Lindsay returns maybe this week, maybe next week.
I'm pretty upset as a man who has wide receivers and was gonna make a trade with David. I did not know I played him until this morning. I went, well, shit, can't make a trade now.
Honestly, if you just have to just do it and just be confident that you're gonna score more points.
I mean, I'm gonna score more points without it. So
it's turbo time.
It's
all
turbo
right.
time. Maybe
a
name change might be in order.
I think honestly, I feel that. I feel that.
Maybe I changed it to it's turbo time. That might be the move.
I really like Space Ghost. All right, getting into week 4. All right, listen, don't let the projections fool you, okay? I have been projected over 120 points for 4 weeks now. I have failed to score over 110 points this season.
When do you think that projections realize that projecting a player to flat score 27 points is asinine? Just put him at 21, a normal human projection.
It's a little oof.
Guess what? Lamar Jackson is not the MVP.
I'll
say that for a fact. Lamar Jackson will not win the MVP this season.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. Listen, when do I make the tech? When do I sell Lamar Jackson and make the tech switch to Tom Brady? That's the question.
If you were gonna do it against the Chargers, is not a bad move. Here's the problem though. Tom Brady might just throw a 6 out there for that 8.6.
It's true, but look at these playoff schedules. Right?
I mean,
Minnesota,
he plays in the NFC
Atlanta,
South.
Detroit. This is one of the sickest playoff schedules I've ever seen.
As a fellow man who is 1-2, you should stop looking at playoff schedules and start looking at week 4 schedules. Just saying.
Listen.
Just saying.
Listen. All you need, baby, 7 and 6. You're in the playoffs. Okay.
That's true. But
that's how I play.
But there's a lot of teams that already have 2 wins, and I'm not one of them, and you're not one of them. And looking at this matchup.
Looking at this matchup.
Are you going to be one after this week? I don't know.
Boom. All right. I'm predicting Travis. I love you. But you're going to lose. You're flexing another tight end. Okay? You're going to lose.
It's a tight end against the Jets, though.
Kittle's going to have a great game. 30 points. But Kelsey's going to have 31. Okay? Kenny Galladay.
I
is
love
actually
how impacted
probably
this
gonna have a
game
pretty good game.
is by COVID. Like, you have Will Fuller. He has Pittsburgh defense.
It's going to be...
Honestly, it's huge for you if that COVID game doesn't happen. Because Pittsburgh defense is terrifying to play against every week.
I agree.
And dodging them would be very nice.
I 100% agree.
I do not like your chances in this game. I think if this is me,
I disagree.
As a man who also controls Pick'em, I would be picking Travis to win this game. And it is on the basis of the quarterback matchup that has been so crucial through the first 3 weeks of the season. Kyler Murray gets Carolina, and Lamar Jackson gets Washington.
I think Lamar Jackson's gonna have a bounce back game. I think he's gonna have to shut some critics down, and just Washington's gonna be the punching bag.
Alvin Kamara scores more points than your 2 running backs combined this week. He gets
Yo,
Detroit.
this is a make or break week for Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon, Kenyan Drake, just
I mean, this is
it's
it.
their week. Their week or bust. Jonathan
But
Taylor, not good running back.
you're a hater. You're a Jonathan Taylor hater.
Look at how bad that stat line is against the New York Jets.
He wasn't in for half the game because the defense scored twice. It was a blowout. He didn't need to be in the game. All right, listen, I'm not getting into this view. We're moving on.
Played the whole game.
I pick me, obviously.
Played the whole game.
Travis, maybe next week. It's not true. Shut up.
Yes, it is.
All right. We got Dan the Man facing off against Kyle. Is this a free low matchup?
Are the lineups set? We should probably look at stuff like that. Like Dan's not starting Chargers defense against Tampa Bay.
Probably not. And I don't
have a defense on his team. He's got
he's got to pick somebody up.
He's
got to pick somebody up. Dan, you might want to get on that. I mean, I'm still picking Dan here. This is just too weak. This whole, it's not strong enough in my opinion.
Yeah, Kyle just being gutted by running back injury probably just it's an L.
I mean, it kills him.
Quarterback play does Michael Thomas play probably. Wow, actually, there's no team in the league more affected than Dan by this COVID news. Adam Thielen and James Conner both run the risk of
playing.
Not playing.
I think the Vikings will play. I don't think. I've heard a lot of the early stuff that they have not been affected.
I agree.
So who knows? Who knows? This will be an interesting one. I'm gonna give it to Dan. Dan's putting up solid numbers.
Giving it to Dan.
Kyle
Honestly,
less so.
The make or break is Rams defense, and that's not a joke. Kyle needs Rams defense to put up at least 15 points.
Yeah, if they put up monster numbers,
they can win. He can win.
They can win.
He has the Michael Gallup cover too. If Michael Gallup is the receiver who pops off for the Cowboys, he can try to cover Dax. Who is that?
All right, moving on. It's Bender and Evan. Whew.
You know my pick.
The projections are not kind. I will say that. The projections are not kind, and Bender has some very exploitable matchups.
Oh man, as a man who is head of the Evan fan club, he might not have a running back this week. Not even one. Who is on his bench? I don't think either one of those guys are going to play this week. Oh my God.
Carson. It's Carson. Carson. All three of these guys might not play.
Evan might need to be the guy contacting our good buddy David Lee for a running back this week.
Yeah, Bender. I gotta go Bender. There's just not enough.
I gotta go Bender. It's not even like they're bad players. They just genuinely might not play.
Yeah, and what are you gonna do? If you don't have a running back, you're not gonna win games.
Drop in situations like this to try to secure running backs. Like it's Russell Gage.
And he plays Dobbins.
He starts J.K. Dobbins. He drops Russell Gage or Randall Cobb, and he picks up I don't even know. I mean, I'll check.
Bender's got some running backs. Hit up Bender.
I don't think Bender. Soft note: don't trade with Evan this week. Don't give him a running back.
All right, moving on. Ooh, see,
Malcolm Brown is the start.
Early on, right after the draft, this would have been a hot matchup. After
the injury hammer,
after the
injuries, made it not the case.
It's not looking. He's got Brian Hill. I mean, what are you supposed to do with that?
What is the running back depth in this league? Oh my God! Just everywhere we look, people gutted at running back due to injury. It's tragic, honestly.
I mean, I gotta give it to my man Jeremy. I think he's gonna stay undefeated.
There's no way, right? I mean, of course there's a way, but there's no way.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Mahomes drops 50 and DK drops 40. It's possible, but I just don't see it.
Robert Woods gets game scripted out of the game, maybe.
Giants. Double Google.
Josh Jacobs gets held down by the Buffalo D. Entirely possible.
There's
Clyde
just- there's
Edwards-Helaire gets held down by New England D. Honestly, Jeremy's got terrible matchups. Looking at these matchups top to bottom, they're not good for him. Like DeAndre Hopkins and Robert Woods can get game scripted right out of this game.
Yeah,
James
I mean, it's
Robinson
not.
is whatever. Jacobs against
Yeah.
Buffalo and Clyde Edwards-Helaire against New England. I mean, there are no two teams in the NFL other than the Pittsburgh Steelers probably that you want your running backs to be playing less. Like it's Pittsburgh, New England, Buffalo in that order. There is a world where Jeremy's team lays an egg this week. Do I think it'll happen? No. But, you know, based on the quick math in my head, roughly 33% of the time, I think they might. I think they might.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can spin a narrative to where Nathan has a fighting chance, but
we're making content out here. Of course, I'm going to spin a narrative.
It's tough, man. We'll see. We will see. Who knows? Anything can happen. This is a good matchup.
Oh, is this matchup of the week? We should do a matchup of the week pre and post. I think this is the matchup of the week.
I think it is. I think based on projections, this has to be it.
Oh, actually, I mean it could be my matchup, but we'll talk about that later.
This one is. I mean, listen.
Evan Ingram, drop that man. Stop pretending, Greg. I've been telling everyone for weeks. Drop him. Start anyone else. Mo Alley Cox on the wire. Start him. I don't think he is.
I cannot encourage an Evan Ingram drop yet.
Oh my god. You just insta-popped.
But I mean, listen.
Drop him.
I'll be looking at this one. If I had to pick a team, honestly, right now, going Greg.
Yeah, I don't believe in Melvin Gordon against the Jets. I genuinely believe that's like a 9-6 game.
The thing is, Russell Wilson is the wild card. I mean, if
Russell Wilson just drops another.
If he drops 40, I mean, if he drops 40, Craig can always win. I mean, obviously. But just looking at the matchups, looking at the overall players, I like Greg here. We'll see. All right.
Greg would be my pick as well, but I always pick Evan. It wasn't Evan though, was it? It was Craig.
No, Craig. All right, last
actual matchup of the week.
You just get stomped here. I think you get stomped here.
No way.
I'm actually insta picking David because I'm looking at these matchups.
God.
Josh Allen at Vegas. Calvin really gets Green Bay. This Devontae Parker's gonna drop like 20 on you.
12, if that.
Minnesota. I think David just crushes you here. I'll be honest. All of these matchups look gross for you.
You're a hater. I think I'm
spin the narrative.
I'm
try
projected
to talk me out of
second
it.
most points in the league. I think I'm the only other person near 120. It's you, me, and David, and you're just like you get stomped. Like, what?
Listen. No, I mean you're gonna put up good numbers. It's just these matchups are really good, and your matchups are okay. Like, listen, if Devontae Adams plays, that'll be great. Cooper Kupp, who knows? Cam's gonna have to throw. Like, your matchups are not bad. I just like David's players more.
That's fair, but like Todd Gurley is projected 14 points. Don't you dare look me in the eyes and you think Todd Gurley is like a 14-point projection guy. That's all I'm saying.
Does he fall in the end zone? Like, if he falls in the end zone, then he
still might not score 14. Show me those stats. Show me those numbers.
If
he falls in the end zone, he still might not score 14. Look at that week 1. This man doesn't know how to catch a pass.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. But I
as
of now,
in me, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, of course, you have to back your own play. I mean, obviously.
Kenyan Drake,
and you could win.
Your week.
Dude, I'm telling you, Lamar Jackson, 50 touchdowns to Marquise Brown.
None to Mark Andrews.
Exactly. There you go. Now we're thinking. But all right.
Cam Newton against Kansas City? Like, come on. Cooper Kupp against the Giants.
We'll see.
Might also get game scripted out of the game. Devontae Adams needs to play. That's the big clincher.
Big clincher. Devontae Adams doesn't play. Who you got? Who knows?
It's Antonio Gibson, and Marquise Brown goes into wide receiver.
You want to play Antonio Gibson against Baltimore? I don't.
I watched Clyde Edwards-Helaire last night. Yes, I fucking do.
Dude, but listen, there's a difference between the Chiefs
offense. All right, we got 10 seconds. You want to wrap this up?
Washington offense. All right, hey, thank you for showing up to the Week 3 review. Like,
Like,
comment,
comment, and
subscribe.
subscribe.